Get ready for the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, welcome to GeekArts Academy. My name is Ash and this is episode 1 of Let's Illustrate, where you get to join me on my professional illustrating journey, live from Dubai. Let's begin. Hey everyone, how's it going? Great to have you all here. Safe, first one in here. Very warm welcome to you. Jasper Bruns, hello my friends. Great to have you guys here. Let's get some background music going. Nothing too loud, nothing too crazy. Let's see. Let me know if audio is coming through loud and clear. I thought I would get another illustration video going here. I've got a professional project that I'm working on, and thought it would be quite cool to let you guys go on that journey with me. I have just started the project, and I'll show you guys how I go through the ideation process, as well as how I develop the characters, storyboards. So this is a story-based project, story-based illustration project, so we will be using Photoshop in this example. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for hanging out today. Really do appreciate it. We are using Photoshop CS6. We are also using a Cintiq, Wacom Cintiq here, so I will be drawing directly on the screen, and hopefully you guys get to check out how that works. Kevin Tan, first one of the first ones in here. How you doing, my friends? Great to have you here. Last Ronan, just look at my title, Sash. Nice. I'm glad to see that. Well done to you, my friends. Jasper, I've got 1,663 4-star shards from the last October login calendar, and I've opened the crystal, and I got Captain America. Nice. Very cool. I think that means Captain America. Alright, that's cool, man. That's cool, yo. Alright, so let's just configure some of my audio here real quick. Just give me a sec here, you guys. Switch my headphones on. Make sure we are hear the music. If the music's coming through too loud, let me know. Might drop the volume down a little bit more. Alright, cool. So let's get started here. First thing I'm gonna do, guys, is I will be just verify if everything's plugged in. Just give me a sec. Okay, here we go. Nice. Alright, so this is looking kind of crazy at the moment. Alright, not a problem. Let's go ahead and continue doing that. Doctor Strange, hey, how's it going, my friends? Great to have you here. Jasper, when are you gonna draw? And by the way, I'm following you on Instagram. Nice, thank you so much for doing so. Yeah, just give me a sec here, you guys, while I configure everything. Make sure we are mapped out correctly. Okay, good. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do, guys, is let's go ahead and start out with let's do A3 here. So we're going to use pixels. That's roughly about 3,508 pixels by 4,961 pixels at 300 pixels per inch. RGB color format should be fine. I'll go ahead and rotate that paper to a clockwise position. Last one says, will you save a live stream? I will do this. Yeah, I think so. What do you mean? Will I save this particular live stream? If that is the question, then the answer to that is yes. By the way, are you guys able to see this all right? Not really sure. Just configure my Wacom settings there. Okay, as you can see, we are using the Cintiq. Check out the options there. Okay, good. Everything is working well. Functions, enable touch inputs. Do I have touch? Okay, so I'll switch touch off for this particular example. As you can see, I've got some of my buttons mapped out here to some of the controls. For example, the bottom ones are Shift, Control, Alt, and Pan to scroll, as well as the touchpads on the back side are the zoom in and out functions there. Let me just see if I can do window capture mode here really quickly. Window capture mode. Window capture. Okay, main screen. And Shiratori Hime. Hey, how's it going, Shiratori? Art is my game. Shiratori is my name. Great to have you here, my friend. Great to have you here. Isa Al-Mari. Hey, how's it going? Sorry about not saying hello to you guys so far. Okay, let me show you guys what we're working with so far, and then we'll get started here. Okay, so we will be illustrating a children's book. This is a professional project that I am taking on, and so with the permission of the guys who have actually issued this particular project to me, I am going to be creating some content for you guys for academic purposes. And so we'll be illustrating the second page and the third page specifically. That is, do you love to hear a great story? I do. I love to hear stories about brave kings, imaginary worlds, and people who go on daring adventures. I love to hear stories that are make-believe and stories that are true. Sometimes I dream about what it would be like to be a character in my favorite story. And if I click on this, let's just zoom out here. If I click on that, I can see some of the notes that they've added here as to what they imagine some of these pages to be like. So this particular page is an illustration of a narrator holding an open book and adventures and imaginary worlds exploding and flowing from it. So it should have some kind of whimsical feeling to it. So it means our illustration for this particular example is going to be not so realistic. I'm thinking that it might be a little more cartoon-like, definitely whimsical, and yeah, let's see how that goes. Jason, Mary Moon, how's it going, my friend? Great to have you here. Alright, I just need to make sure that my Wacom tablet is functioning properly. So far I am getting some incorrect mapping here, so give me 2 seconds, you guys, and I will be right back. Go ahead and get the music going. Yeah, just give me a sec, I'll be right back. Let me do that. Okay. Got our main screen. Okay, cool. That's gonna be our main screen. That main screen is going to be brought down slightly. And let's resize it there. I think using the Elgato specifically for this particular kind of content might not be the best use of that kind of technology, so I'm just going to unplug this real quick. Just give me a couple seconds. Alright, here we go. Okay, got some chats going on there. Let's go ahead and move that out. Alright, cool, we're back, we're back. And webcam, good. Okay, did that map out a little bit better? Yes, perfect, awesome. Okay, so now that we've successfully configured that, let's go ahead and get started here. Okay, so to start out, I'm gonna create a new layer really quickly, and I might use, let's see, I'm gonna bring that a little bit closer so I can see. Alright, so in terms of layout, I'm thinking that, is that coming through clearly? Nice. You might experience some drops in frames and stuff like that, but hopefully it shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, I'm going to be creating this as a basic sketch here. Let's see. Okay, so I've got some low opacity going there. Let's get some pen pressure going. Okay, cool. If you don't have a Wacom tablet and you still want to do this kind of illustration, there are other alternatives. As well as the ones that you don't necessarily have to draw on this directly on the screen, but for this particular example, I'll just show you guys how to do that. So I'm thinking of using this particular space on this side as the main, I suppose, area for the character, and then going out in this direction is where I want to have the ideas and imaginary worlds flowing out. And so first things first, I think it's always important to map out the text before you have your illustration going. I do happen to have a reference book on hand as well. It's always really good to keep these in here, so you get some good ideas and you're not just drawing from your imagination. Okay. So really quickly, I'm gonna just use the text tool here and just type out, or maybe even just copy and paste some of that information. Okay, so do you love to hear stories? That's page 2. Let's go ahead and copy and paste page 2 information there. Okay. Yes. Let's see here. Alright, no, that's not what we want to do. Let's undo that. Create a text box. Paste that in there. Okay. By the way, if you guys are interested in this kind of content, or you just like to you'd like to learn a little bit more about this kind of drawing process, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. I plan to walk you guys through this entire project as I am going to be creating it from start to finish. That should be a total of about 16 pages or so. So we have 16 episodes, this being episode 1, and we'll see how that goes. Okay. So yeah, so I love to hear stories that are make-believe. Okay, that let's assume that the text is there. Okay, so our main character, I'm thinking, could be roughly in this area. Now, because I'm drawing in layers, I can move these around independently. Let's see here, which brush am I gonna use? Okay, that's good. Okay, so narrator, we need to figure out what he's gonna look like, and for that I need to basically do a little bit of character design. So really quickly, I'm going to create another piece of paper here, another document, and we'll just get a rough idea of what this character is going to look like. This is my process that I like to follow. I'm thinking, okay, so let's just do a little bit of a silhouette here. Let's make him tall. Let's make him tall. We think he's and let's give him a slightly bigger head with big shoes. Okay, so that could be one example. Maybe he's a fat guy, and I don't know, kids could relate to him a little bit, but maybe he's got like super skinny legs and also really pointy shoes. A big head. As you can see, just basic shapes to get us going. So we'll pick the one that we like. Maybe he is got really long legs. And his head is up here. And his body is like really short. Well, maybe he's got a giant head. And a smaller body. So these are all the different variants that you can come up with, especially when you're creating characters. Now this particular piece of work is not character design, but one needs to get an idea of what the character is going to look like. After you've chosen the one that you kind of relate to best, and you can just modify that a little bit, especially if he's going to appear. He or she is going to appear in other on other pages of the illustration. Okay, so what if we decided to go with this fat guy here, who reminds me of Mr. Mohsen, who is one of the teachers at school. No, that's terrible. I shouldn't say that. Okay, so what would he look like? Would he wear something formal? Will he have a mustache? What will he look like? Go ahead and make that a little bit lighter, and that can basically represent the background layer. And then really quickly, I'm going to switch to my pen here, and let's give him some glasses. Okay, maybe we don't want him to have a round nose. Maybe we want him to have a square nose, but maybe we think he's a slightly older gentleman, so we'll go with the mustache. And we want him to have a neck, so let's go ahead and give him one, as well as shoulders there. Figure out what he's wearing. Maybe he's wearing suspenders here. Let's give him suspenders. And let's put his pants, I don't know, let's put his pants down here. Have his belly kind of sticking out a bit. Okay, so there are his suspenders. And since he's a gentleman, we'll give him a tie. Okay, he's got, I don't know, maybe he's got skinny arms. All of this stuff hasn't really been specified, so we've got some creative license to work here. Okay, cool. So now that we have an idea of what our guy kind of looks like, I don't know, maybe we want him to... How short is his tie? Let's have his tie a little bit longer. And we can probably add some patterns to it later. The key thing about character design, especially if you are focusing on that particular aspect of illustration, is to know as much about the character as possible. This particular narrator has not really been explained too much in detail. It's more the illustration, the page, specifically the story that seems to be the primary focus of this book. So while the characters are important, we've got some creative license there, and we don't really have to follow any particular scripts. Now, the clients that I'm doing this for might come back and say, hey, you know, we'd like the character to look a little bit more refined or whatever it is, and in that case we can go ahead and change that up. Jason asks, at the end of this, do you erase the gray outline? So the idea is, if you're referring to the silhouette, that's just to give us an idea of the shape of the character. In the end, we don't really use it too much. It's just to kind of give us an idea, as well as not to have a blank canvas to start out with. Jasper, gotta go, football. Hey, have fun, my friend. Thanks so much for hanging out today. You might still be here when you get back, so yeah, have fun. Yeah, but as you can see there, I am cleaning it up a little bit. This particular part of the drawing that I'm working on right now is not as important. It is the primary illustration that is important for the client specifically, but for me and my information, it really does help me out to kind of figure out who my characters are and what it is they will be looking like. Okay, now since we said that this particular guy is going to be a bit more formally dressed, let's go ahead and clean that up just a little bit more. Now that is an option. Okay. We might want to change up this tie from looking too much like a teacher to a bow tie. That doesn't work for us. So let's go ahead and give him a big old bow tie there. There you go, that looks a bit more friendly. He doesn't look too much like a clown, but this is aimed at a child. In terms of its audience, I think it is a child that we're kind of targeting for this particular story. So I'm gonna have to make it look a bit more friendly and whimsical as opposed to completely realistic, which we've been doing in some other places on our channel. Okay, I think I might be happy with that. We'll try and modify him at a later stage, maybe change out the color of his shirt, etc. But for now, I think that's okay. Alright, cool. So now that we have an idea of what our character is going to look like, who is there, let's show you very quickly. By the way, if you have any questions with regards to any of the work that I am doing, or any of the processes that you see on screen, feel free to ask and I'll be sure to answer those questions. I'm thinking of also doing a giveaway at the end of this series, at the end of the 16 episodes. So yeah, I might be giving away some of my artwork for that. So if you are interested in that, stay tuned, and I might let you know how you can enter to win that. Okay, cool. So alright, we want the character standing there, and the information is going to flow out of his book. Alright, cool. So let's go ahead and make a new layer. Let's call that main illustration. Show you guys what I'm working with in terms of brushes here. So I was using a calligraphy brush. I'm probably going to switch out to just a regular brush. I do have some pen pressure enabled, as you can see, so the harder I press, the better, the darker the lines are, and vice versa. Okay, so main illustration, let's lock that layer so we're only drawing there. And yeah, let's see. Okay, so we want the character. Okay, so he's over there. And let's give him, let's say he is, he's got his hands, okay, so he's got his hands out, kind of gesturing, and with the other hand he's holding the book. So the book is the primary focus here, so let's go ahead and let's get a basic book sketched in there. I will be making a time lapse off this as well, but for those of you guys who are here live, you get to interact with us and ask questions if needed. Okay, so we know that he's looking in that direction, which is cool, and his body is basically turned the other way, and so we'll have him there. Now he's a bit of a fat guy, so let's go ahead and draw that shape in there. And okay. No, we don't want him to be too emo, so let's reduce the hairline and APC Reno Games. Hey, Mr. I'm Abdullah from 10-3. Hey, Abdullah, how's it going? I am that boy. How they talked to you about cable management. Abdullah, hey, great to have you here. Thanks so much for hanging out. Jasper asks, he's probably left now, but he says he's back at 8, and am I still live by then? Should be about 20 or 8:20. I'm not really sure. I think it depends on your time zone. We might be live, we might be, or not, we'll see. Okay, so let's see here. Now, a key thing to remember, guys, is that when you are working digitally, you will most certainly lose your work. So key thing to do is always save every 5 minutes or so. Now I have not yet saved a file, so I'm just gonna go ahead and find a folder and maybe now let's put it in there, and let's call this main page illustrations. Ooh. Main page illustrations, and this is page 2 and 3. Awesome. Yeah, and then just have your finger on Control S or Command S, whichever whichever platform you're using. Ensure that is mapped out so you can easily just save your work, and hopefully you shouldn't lose anything. Jason, like in lots of video games, save progress often. Yeah, I think so. Like the last thing you want to experience is a loss of your data and all your hard work kind of going down the drain. Also, if you're working in Photoshop, the cool thing to do is work in layers so that you can save from having to erase things that you don't necessarily. Okay, now he was wearing glasses, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's give him some eyebrows there. Always zoom in, make sure that's nice and neat. Okay, so I think, yeah, I think I might actually just get a little bit neater. Working on his face here. Go ahead and give him some glasses, make him look a bit more friendly. APC Reno Games, Mr. Tomorrow, I'll give you something to try and keep watch. Okay, cool. Let's try and chat tomorrow then in the in one of the breaks, probably the second break or so. Okay, yeah, let's change the angle of that. Now we don't have to be too realistic here, so just working on some of the parts. You know what? I think we'll zoom out, illustrate the whole thing, and then come back and clean up if we need to. Okay, so yeah, there's his. Go ahead and draw his mustache. Make sure he's smiling. And draw his mustache in. Okay, let's go ahead and put his shoulders in here. Make sure he's got them skinny arms. Make sure he's got them skinny arms, yo. Let's give him some cuffs there. What is he doing? He is gesturing, so long fingers. Going to erase some of those parts that we don't want. If you are experiencing any you know, mistakes or whatever it is when you're drawing, which you will definitely experience, don't worry too much about that. You can always just clean that up at a later stage. The key thing to do here is to try and finish out the illustration as quickly as possible. So I'm going to keep it rough and sketchy for now, and then we'll come back and clean out those lines. Now, if he's holding the book on on the left side, it means that it might not necessarily balance very well. So I'm going to show you guys a quick trick. If you do happen to make a mistake like this, just go ahead and select it using the selection tool. And Photoshop is really forgiving in the fact that you can always just reposition parts that you need to. Yeah, there you go. And now we've repositioned his hand. So that's a really cool feature about working digitally. Let's go ahead and draw out some of these pages. And he is a bit of a fat guy, so let's go ahead and add that belly in. If you see Reno, I want to talk, but I do not know what to say. No problem. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And he's got suspenders on, so that's something that we can add. Okay, suspenders probably come down this way. Okay, suspenders coming down this way. Grabbing those pants. And he's got a nice big bow tie, so let's give him a nice big bow tie there. That should be alright, yeah. There you go. Awesome. Now this is rough, this is sketchy, this is cool, this is exactly what we want. Not too concerned about that. If we're happy with it, okay, cool. Now over here we need to have some cool stuff coming out, basically. And like we said, the stuff's gotta basically flow out onto this page here. So I always tell my students this, and I'm probably gonna show you guys the same thing. Whenever you do happen to get to something like this, you probably want to hit up Google, get some ideas for references. Okay, so fantasy children book. Actually, fantasy children's illustration. And let's go there, and okay, so here we can see some people flying on dandelions. That's a really cool idea that we could have in there, so I might want to just go ahead and save that. This is really important, especially when you are working with anything visual. You always want to look at other references, what other people have done. Remember, there's no such thing as an original idea. And so that is something that I definitely advocate in terms of my design process. There's no such thing as an original idea, so don't really feel guilty about borrowing some of the other work or the other content. Okay, so we want to head over to freelance. We probably want to just save this as references. Abdul asks, Mr. This is Photoshop, right? Yes, it is Photoshop. So, dandelion, I believe is what that we'll call that. Dandelion. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. That's kind of cool. Can't really see very well. Flowers seem to be a thing. So flowers. Actually, kind of like this one. Got some castles, rainbows, that sort of thing. It's very, very it should be very child friendly. So castle and rainbow. Castle and rainbow. Giant mushrooms, giant flowers. Okay, I can do that. Mushroom. Okay, let's go ahead and switch up the word fantasy to magical. Magic children's illustration. Magic. Magical. Let's go and search for magical. See if we get any ideas here. I quite like that whale. Maybe we can have that whale flying out of the book. We've got some giant starfish here. Crazy town. Hot air balloon. Yes, we'll do hot air balloon for sure. For show. That is that looks like a hot air balloon slash puffer fish, so it's a cool idea. Hot air puffer fish balloon. Nice, there we go. Cool idea. Very cool idea. Nice. Puffer fish, aka Fugu. Puffer fish. Nice. That sounds interesting. All right. Now, since we're using Photoshop, okay, and we are planning to illustrate this, I can actually go ahead and place some of these references inside using Photoshop directly, and then illustrate over them, so as to save some time. You don't necessarily have to look at every single image and draw it out. So let's start with this one. Oops, wrong place. I'm gonna go ahead and close that. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so what do we want to do with this castle? Let's have the castle. I'm gonna just select the sky and get rid of it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I might just do the castle. I might just do the castle. Let's go ahead and select that castle out. We'll have it kind of popping out of the book. Seems like a cool idea. Alright, there we go. So I'm gonna hit right click, layer via copy, hide that, rotate have that particular, warp it just a little bit, put it there. Okay, so it looks like the castle is basically popping out of the book. Let's go ahead and choose, yeah, so character design, we don't want that. Let's probably, who did the other castle? Oh, let's select the rainbow. Select the rainbow. Rainbow looks cool. The rainbow. Awesome. Okay, there we go. Alright, cool. Just select that out. Alright, cool, not too bad. Alright, so now I'm gonna do the same thing, right click, layer view copy, and we'll have the rainbow kind of shooting out that way. Okay, cool. So far so good. That whale, okay. Let's see what we can do with the whale. Okay, looks like we're gonna have to try and select this out using a slightly more refined approach. Let's use our quick selection tool here. Nice. Okay, and just go with our lasso tool and select the rest of that stuff. Okay, that looks good. V on the keyboard selects your move tool, and then that can basically allow you to grab that image. Okay, so far so good. Go ahead and hit Control S to save. Okay, nice. Getting there, guys, getting there. Maybe we'll have a giant mushroom popping out on one end of the book. Let's do that. I quite like the mushroom and the flower, so use my quick selection tool again, select that flower. Select the stem, select the mushroom house. Okay, so mushroom house is selected. I suppose we can select that. That should be alright. Cool. So V again on your keyboards moves that out. Let's put that right there. I'm holding Control to warp this on the keyboard, so Control on the keyboard warps that. APC says, I found The special sketchbook. Can I send me a picture on your email and value it? Can you send me a picture? Can I send you a picture? If you'd like to send me a picture of it on your email, no problem, my friends, no problem. Okay, cool. So lots more to go, lots more special stuff to go. Let's move really quickly here. I quite like this this vine type of thing. Now we don't necessarily have to use this vine, so I'm just gonna head back to Google. Find vine illustration children. Vine. Whimsical vine. Whimsical vine. Spell that right. Search. Okay, these are pretty cool. Let's grab that. Vine 1. Okay. Ooh. I'll take that. Very cool. Let's call that buying carriage. Do we want to have some other characters flying out of there? Yeah, I might want to. It looks child friendly. Little Sprouts. Okay. Gonna save Little Sprout there. Jason says, just left and came back after a few minutes. Nice job. Hey, thanks so much, man. Thank you. Really do appreciate that. Yeah, we're definitely finishing this one. We're definitely finishing this one today. Alright, what else can we do that looks kind of cool? Vine 2. Come on, yo, give us some better vines, damn. Give us some better vines. Vine. Strawberries? Yeah, let's go ahead and take that. Vine 3. Okay, now I can basically revert to my book and get some ideas to fill out the rest of the page. I think I might look at pages here. Yeah, look at that. That's a really cool page with lots of cool illustrations. So in here I can see rocket ships, helicopters, houses, cans of stuff, sports equipment, lights, skateboards, toys, lots of different things. So you can basically have that open and find at least one of each of these. Okay, so we'll keep the first word in there and go with helicopter illustration. Fun, helicopter illustration, fun. Yeah, I quite like that first one. That looks cool. Very child friendly. Alright, toy helicopter, toy helicopter. Helmets. Helmet illustration. Now the key thing to keep in mind here is that your audience that will be looking at this should be able to relate to it somehow, and I really don't think that kids may be able to relate to a helmet, so I might just skip out on that particular idea. So rockets illustration, rockets. Oh, that's cool. I quite like that. So let's go ahead and save that. Rockets. Save 2 rockets. Rocket 2. Rocket 2. What else do we have here? Toy illustrations. Kids relate to toys. Kids are our primary target audience. Take out the word fun. Toy illustration. Oh, that looks cool. Now we're mostly doing this. Alright, mixing up my words here. We're mostly doing this to get lots of ideas. So toy 1. And once we get those ideas, we can even take some of these images, mash them in there, and then illustrate over them. Toy 2. Ooh, boats. I'll take the boat. Boat. Toy boats. Toy. Boat. Toy boat. Going to have to use a toy boat. Plane. Let's go with the plane. Plane. Toy plane. Let's go with the toy plane. Toy plane. I quite like that toy plane over there. Let's use this toy plane, yeah. Toy plane 1. What else do we want? Yeah, what else do we want? Car. Toy car. Some kids like cars. Let's see, Shira Torihime says, this is turning out really good. Try Kagura Cherry Witch, a Japanese-based character. Alright, I will certainly give that a look in a minute. Abdullah asks, how long will this take? I am not too sure. Hopefully not too much longer. I would say another 30-ish minutes, 30 to 40 minutes should be fine. Which toy car do we want? Yo, which toy car do we want? That looks cool, I like that. If you are seeing lots of complicated colors and texts, etc., don't worry about that too much. That is not a problem. Alright, let's say, okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's put those in. And, so many options, Let's use that. Okay, let's use them all. Alright, sweet. So I'm gonna switch to my magic wand tool now. That's W on your keyboard, but when you click on the tool, just hold down. You should be able to select it. I'm gonna select the white spaces, and yeah, there you go. I'm gonna select the white spaces. I'm gonna go up to the select menu, hit inverse, then grab that using my move tool and try to find my main illustration, which I cannot find. Where that main illustration at? Okay, let's see here. go. Let's have that driving out. And remember to close out some of these images when you're done. So what did we have? We had, I think it was, I can't remember what it was. Vine carriage. So now that we've used the vine carriage, you can go ahead and close it. It's choose the puffer fish here. It's choosing the puffer fish, hot air balloon. I tell you what I'll do. Just go ahead and select the whole thing here. Don't worry too much about selection and that sort of thing. Don't worry too much about that. Just want to place them in right now. Okay, too many images still. Puffer fish not making it to its final destination. Flip horizontal, we want him to face the other way. Let's use pufferfish up there. There we go. Oh, he's kind of scary. He might scare children. We'll try to make him look a bit more friendly. I think I'm gonna close this out now that we know what our man looks like. Actually, let's just go ahead and save it. Character, quick narrator design. Quick narrator design. We're done with that. We don't need that anymore. We're done with that. Don't need that anymore. Let's go ahead and hit Control S to save that. Pufferfish, we have him. Car. Let's go ahead and grab that car. Select the white spaces. Select that reflection, gray reflection. Don't want that. And yeah, that should be good. Select inverse, grab the image using your control tool. Have them flying out like that. Okay, got some notifications popping up on the screen. Don't want that. Okay, we've got our car, so we can close that out. Oh, so let's add this fellow in. Nice, nice, nice. So again, use your select tool, inverse, use your move tool, move that over. Let's see, where do we want him to come out? Let's have him stand on the page. That should be quite cool. Nice. Okay, getting there. Ooh, got ourselves a cool rocket ship here. But before we do that, let's close out Little Sprout. Let's grab our rocket ship again. Inverse that selection. By now you guys should know how I am pulling out these images without the backgrounds. So if you've missed any of that, feel free to ask. Let's put the rocket up there and angle it slightly differently. By the way, I'm transforming these using Control T on the keyboard. That will bring up the transform menu. If you are using a Mac, that is Command T. Osamakazi, how's it going, my friends? Great to have you here. Working on some illustration today, and currently we are building out a site before we get back in there. I'm gonna use my pen and just quickly mask out the selection here. Looks like a flying pen. This looks like a flying shusme. looks cool. Let's have that coming this way. Nice, got some cool dynamism there with the swish of that exhaust. Jason asks, so is Photoshop free? Photoshop is not free, but they are free trials that they offer, and I'm sure that there are free versions of Photoshop as well as similar applications to Photoshop. I personally am not using the free version, I'm using the paid version here. But this is CS6, so it is a little bit older than the newest one. I'm not really sure what the cost of that is. Okay, so we've got some toys here, which we're going to be using. But if you are in school with me, and if you need the software, just come over and we can try and organize that for you. If you are in 11th grade, you should. If you're in 11th grade and you go to my school, then you will be doing Photoshop in. Okay, so we made a small mistake there. I'm gonna go back, close that out. I don't want that. Oh, no, yeah. So select inverse. There we go. Nice. How do we want this? What do we want to do here? Maybe we should just grab the teddy. Yeah, I'm thinking of just grabbing the teddy there. It looks like it's sitting on the floor instead of flying out. All right, I'll leave him there for now, and then we'll see what's up. Asama asks, is this a difficult task? Aaron, Hoodie Lover, 21 in the house. How's it going, my friend? Great to have you here. To answer your question, Asama, it like anything, it takes practice, and the more you practice, the better it is you will be. So for me, it's not a difficult task, but for someone who's just starting out, it might be a little tricky. The cool thing is that that's why guys like me exist, to help you out, show you how it works. I'm also planning on releasing a course relatively soon, and if you guys are interested, you can go ahead and pick that up. I'll let you know when that comes out. That should be pretty comprehensive. But yeah, I don't think that it's gonna be too difficult to learn the software. It's really powerful. I've been using the software for many years, ever since Photoshop 7, which was, oh my gosh, looking back, this is probably gonna date me a little, but I'd probably say a good, oh man, 14 years now. A good 14 years using this software. Of course, as they develop and get better and better, they get new features and that sort of thing. But the overall idea is pretty much similar. Overall workflow, overall processes, overall uses for this particular software have to a large extent remained the same. Okay, you've got some blocks here. The cool thing is that I think the background is already removed, so I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll grab one of them. Let's go ahead and grab this block. We'll do layer view cut, and now we can rotate it. Yay! Let's rotate this block. Put it there. Illustration's taking shape, yo. Illustration's taking shape. Make sure you hit that Control S button to save that. If you've just joined us, by the way, a very warm welcome to you. We are currently illustrating a story for aimed at children, and this is an actual project that I've taken, and I just thought that as I am working on it, I'd share that experience with you guys and show you my workflow and my process. We started out with character design, where we figured out what this narrator guy is going to look like. The overall idea or description of this particular piece of paper is, of this particular page is, the narrator is introducing the idea of storytelling, and our instruction is to make it look like the book is exploding with a plethora of fantasy and amazing, unimaginable possibility. So to be more specific, our instruction there says illustration of the narrator holding an open book and adventures of imaginary worlds exploding and float from it. It should have something of a whimsical feel to it. So so far, hopefully we are creating a little bit of a whimsical feel here. If not, I think we might need to change up some of those designs. Maybe we make his eyes a little bit bigger or something. We'll see. We don't want to make him look too creepy. That is definitely something that that we need to avoid. We don't want to scare the kids. We want to encourage them to read more. I think that's definitely one of the points of illustrating this particular book. Okay, so let's grab that block and put it there in front of that rainbow. Okay, so we've got lots more to add in here. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. So we've got our boat. Ooh, we've got our helicopter here. So let's go ahead and add in that helicopter. By the way, music is compliments of NCS. If you haven't checked out their channel, go ahead and do so. Very popular on YouTube, and my primary source for music. Huge credit to them for helping create a cool vibe. By the way, if you guys can indeed hear the music, let me know, and if you cannot hear the music, also let me know, and I'll be sure to try and adjust those volume settings for you. Alright, so that is what we're playing right now. Thought I'd show you guys real quick.
Standing in a glass bowl at the end of a black hole, cold beneath the ground.
It says, so Mr. We can get Photoshop from you if you want. Well, we can talk about that when you come to class tomorrow. I should be available during the break time, so we can chat about how you can get yourself a copy of that. The school does have some academic versions which we can install for you, but yeah, come see me and we can try and organize that for you. Alright, let's put, but you need to have a laptop, okay, so make sure that that is something that you have. I think they might be organizing laptops for the computer science students, so we should be good there. Alright, where do we want to place this helicopter? Let's place this helicopter here. So we've got a flying car and a flying helicopter. Let's place that there. Some save errors, make sure you save them pages, yo. And possible, in case you save your work and, I don't know, for some reason, something bad happens to it, just go ahead and hit Control File and click Save As, and then make sure you save this as a backup. So we've got 2 copies of the file in case something actually happens to it. So basically, yeah, that's pretty important. Okay, I'm gonna use my moves tool to select the image. Use my magic wand tool to remove some of that blue background there. Go. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool, yo. It's pretty cool. I might do another one of these tomorrow afternoon, since I want to try and finish out at least 2 illustrations this week. And then we've got ourselves a gaming session tomorrow night, Dubai time at least. Okay, so apparently the music is a bit too loud, so let's go ahead and drop that a little bit. There we go, awesome. Move the mic a little bit closer. Nice. Okay, so so we have that. Let's go ahead and choose that plane. Let's go ahead and choose that plane. Filter, select inverse. No, we don't want that bit. Yeah, there you go. Should be fine. Yay, we got ourselves a plane. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Add some dynamism to this text. Let's make that there we go. Now we need some bands, yo, we need some bands. Get some bands going here. We need good vine. We need good vine. Oh, this one not good. This one mobzane. Okay, so if you happen to find an image like this and you cannot select it, for example, I'm trying to select and I'm not getting the whole background selected. Very quickly, you want to hit Control L on your keyboard. Okay, this is going to bring up your levels panel here, and what you can do is just push those levels so it's completely black and white. So that's full contrast, and now you shouldn't have a problem selecting out the backgrounds. So go ahead and hit select, inverse, move tool, and should be good. Nice. So that's what you can do if you happen to have any problems with bad quality images. Fun fact for you guys. Oops. We don't want the car. We don't want the car to disappear, yeah? Let's put the car there. And the boat. Okay, so we have lots of fantasy type elements coming out now. We have to try to add another vine. I think let's go ahead and close this one. I quite like the strawberries. It means that all these images that we are selecting, we have to draw over them to try to add them to our illustration. It is going to be quite difficult, yeah? So I'm going to have to limit the complexity of the images that I do happen to put in here. We have giant strawberries flying in the air. What the hell? Giant strawberries, yeah. I don't want a giant strawberry. Let's make sure that they are coming off the page. And they are indeed in front. This dude is probably feeling the weight of this book right now as very heavy. I have to say he is very brave for trying to hold all of this imagination in his hand. But it should give us the emphasis of why reading is so cool. We definitely want to create that impression. So yeah, this is what we're going to do. Let's not put the strawberry there. Let's put the strawberry. Let's put the strawberry down there, flying. I don't know what is going on. Maybe the whale is chasing the strawberry. I don't know. Maybe the whale is chasing the strawberry. Okay. Okay, so we don't want any more of that stuff now. The cool thing is that, okay, we have lots of objects, but we have to also show what makes these objects cool. Okay, so I'm gonna head back to Google here, and I can see in my picture book I've got some little nuances. Some little nuances in the reference book that I'm using to kind of show invention. Let's show invention. Children's invention. Children's invention illustration. Yeah, see, like quirky stuff like this is kind of what we also want to see. Oh, what the hell, it bloody moves! Astaghfirullah. Okay, so let's go ahead and save this robot GIF image. Abdul says, I'm alone here, you work well. Hey, thank you, really do appreciate it. Yeah, no problem. Most of the guys are probably a little bit busy anyway, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Plus, lots of our viewers end up coming from other parts of the world, so yeah, it is currently in the middle of the day for most of the folks over in North America, and alas, they are most likely going to check this out at a later stage. Okay, I'll tell you what, guys. Let's go ahead and right now, since we have some basic illustrations down, let's go ahead and refine what we've got before trying to find anything else. Okay, so okay, cool. So it's very colorful, it's very cool. Let's try and see if we okay, now this pufferfish looks very, very scary, so I'm going to make him look a little bit less scary. Let's go ahead and clear out that just a little bit. Like that whale, make it a little bit lighter. Lighter. We need to make the whale lighter, yeah. Hey, thanks Abdullah, really do appreciate that. No problem at all, my friends. And thanks so much for hanging out today. Glad that you're enjoying how I create this. Feel free to ask any question and I'll be sure to answer that to the best of my ability. Okay, cool. So we've got ourselves a castle there on that book. Let's move that text out just a little bit more. Rotate that so it doesn't look like it's sitting on a surface. I might remove this. Let's choose this here. Right click, oops. Right click, layer via cut. You can move it around separately. Got ourselves another element there from the toy box. Let's right click, flip horizontal. Let's have him ride that rainbow. Choose that. Okay. By the way, to sample those colors and get this eyedropper tool, I'm holding down Alt on the keyboard. Let's go ahead and delete this. Okay. Oh, let's go ahead and delete that. Nice. Okay, I'm going to now use my lasso tool, select this. Okay, so Abdullah says, I'll try to stay if I did not overcome the drowsiness. It's very good, and when I get a computer, I will work like you. After I'll ask you 1,000 questions. No problem at all. Are you going to be getting a laptop anytime soon, Abdallah? Or do you know when they're going to give you those laptops at school? Let's see here. This is on the plane? What the hell? Why is it on the plane? They have your cuts. Control E to merge. Okay, got ourselves a castle there. Alright, not too bad. There's the whale. The whale and the boat. Let's move the boat up there. Okay, so in December. Alright, cool. It's not too far away. It's only about 8 weeks or so. Not too bad. Is that going to be the school laptop? Or do you mean that you will get a laptop as gift? Either way, I think that's really cool. What is this whale doing with the strawberry? What's this whale doing with the strawberry? The whale is not doing anything with the strawberry because the strawberry... Yeah? Let's have the strawberry explode out this way. Okay, so what do we do in this situation where we are, you know, sort of happy with our illustration and are ready to kind of make everything look like they fit together? Because right now it looks like we've just mashed up a couple of images from the internet, which is not really the intention. We want it to look like it's actually part of the image here. Okay, so one thing that I most likely will do is if I'm happy with the illustration, I'm gonna go ahead and actually I'll tell you what I will do. So I'm just gonna make a group there. Let's so yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit Control J, and that's gonna duplicate everything. Then I'm gonna hit Control E, and it's gonna make everything appear as one layer. Okay, so that's really helpful if you want to kind of merge all these layers together. Then all our layers that we have been using, we now have them in one folder safely stored away. You can go ahead and Control S on your keyboard to save that. Okay, Abdullah is going to be getting a really cool computer. It's a gift from my brother, and it's a PC Corsair 1. Oops, sorry about that. Corsair 1 compact gaming PC, liquid cooled Intel Core i7 7700 GTX 1070, 240 gigabytes SSD, 1 terabyte hard drive, 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. Wow, that sounds intense, man. That's really cool right there. Hopefully you can bring it to school and we can check it out. That sounds really cool. Alright, cool. So in this case, as you can see, now everything is basically one layer, and I'm hiding the layer by clicking on this little eye icon here. Okay, so now I'm going to head over to my filter gallery. Alright, filter gallery. Oops, I think I closed that by mistake. Filter gallery. There you go. And our goal here is to make that illustration look a bit more to make it look a bit more cohesive. Okay, so we actually let's see here. We can apply a number of different styles to it. We don't want to apply any of those styles to it just yet. We do want to apply maybe a sketchy kind of style. So let's go through some of these styles and see if we can pick up anything interesting. We're definitely going to flatten those colors, make it look a bit more realistic. Let's see what the graphic pen looks like here. It's okay. It's alright. Ooh, this one looks really good. This one looks really good for what we want to do. We might end up choosing this. Yeah, so photocopy looks really good. This also looks pretty cool. Since we've got some detail going on there. I'm not sure though about the stamp. Okay, we definitely don't want plaster. Reticulation, no, definitely not what we're looking for. This looks alright. It's got some good shadows and stuff like that. Water paper, interesting, but no, definitely not what we're looking for. Looks like photocopy might be what we choose here in the end. Stylized, we've got glowing edges. Got some crazy effects going on here, but yeah, we won't do that. We'll just go with photocopy, I think. Enhance some of the details so we can see more details. But we definitely want it to remain like this. Hit OK, and now, as you can see, it has transformed it from that to that. Don't worry too much about the color for now. Actually, I tell you what, let's go ahead and make a copy of that, hide the color layer, and then apply that same effect to this. Awesome. So now we've got color and we've got black and white. Well, technically blue and white. So how do we make it black and white? Great question. Let's go over to... I think we can do it in the layers tab. So image adjustments, black and white for that particular layer, I think. Yeah, awesome. So now it looks like we've drawn it. So that is really cool. What I can do is now I can go over it with my pencil and work on some of those details just a little bit. Now, bearing in mind, I do not have to be super perfect with this. Just have to keep an eye out for some of those details there that I might be missing out otherwise. So I'm gonna use my calligraphic pen there and just trace out some of these shapes. Again, my main illustration. Let's make that multiply mode so we can see.
After all that we've been through, I think it's fair from me to you. Watch it burn as we soar away. After all is said and done, and I know I am the one. I have waited here forever. But all I know is what I'm told. This feeling cannot be controlled.
Oops. Sapphire, how's it going? Great to have you here. Just working on some illustration here really quickly. Let's change up that blending mode just a little bit. I'll tell you what, let's do that. And then we'll draw on another layer. Illustration layer 2.
Carry the world upon your shoulders, for I'm not the only one.
We can make those look a bit more quirky. Sapphire, thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. Really do appreciate it. Yeah, working on a children's book at the moment, professional project, and I thought I'd share my experience. So, any freelance illustrators out there would like to learn some of the techniques that I use, this would be the place to get it. Also, if you guys are interested in learning Photoshop or illustration specifically, also, yeah, hopefully this helps you out. And yeah, we are probably getting close to the end of our stream here. What can we do with this guy's face? I don't like it very much. Let's change up his eyes, yo. Let's change up his eyes. Before I do that, I might need to Okay, awesome. That's the brush I want to use. Let's go ahead and clean this up just a little bit. Give him a slightly bigger set of hair here, bigger head of hair rather. Yeah, there we go. It's a nice hair for him. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. Probably add colors to him later. Might do it tomorrow or so, we'll see. Cool thing is that colors are gonna be flat anyway, so not too much of a problem there. Now, do we want to give him some bigger eyes? We don't want him to scare little children, so that might not work out. What is this guy looking like? Let's make that a little bit bigger. Okay, there we go. Now it looks like a little bit of an anime character. Yeah, now it looks like a little bit of an anime character. Make his ears a little bit smaller. Instead of giving him a weird mustache like that, I might just redraw out his mustache to match his hair. Yeah, let's do it. Let's match his hair. Give him a better smile. Let's give him a better smile. Let's refine that a little bit more. Use that brush. Okay, cool. Now we need a mustache. There you go. Excellent. Now he looks like a dude from Pirates of the Caribbean or something. Excellent, excellent. Give him a nice jawline, make him look like a man. Abdurrahman Ahmed, how's it going? Great to have you here. Sorry I didn't see you there. Yeah, haha. Let's give him a little bit of goatee. Make him look like me, actually. Yeah, let's do that. Let's give him a little bit of a sash look over there. There you go. That'll be a little subtlety, yeah, that'll be a little bit of a subtlety that we'll add. Let's add the middle just a little bit. Nobody will realize. Oh, perfect! He looks wonderful. He looks wonderful. I like it. A narrator with style. Excellent. Now at this point, this is the point where you basically can have lots of fun with your illustration, should you decide to. Again, it's completely up to how you want to style it, but definitely give him some bony shoulders. Okay, there we go. And nice work. Nice work. Liking it so far. Liking it. Alright, so we've just passed the 2-hour mark, guys. Just cleaning up the basic illustration here, and we shall call it a day for the stream. So just cleaning up some basics, some basic parts here. Sorry, just meant to say, gee, I'm actually quite tired. I'll be able to send this off to the client, see what they think, and get some feedback as to how we can proceed with the colors. Basically, hoping that you guys did get some value from this particular stream, and that you've learned some of the ins and outs of illustration. Like I said, I will be doing all 16 pages of this live, so I'm hoping that you guys stick around for that. Make sure you tell your friends and stuff like that as well. Today I just decided to create the live stream sort of on a whim, really. I didn't really plan it out too well, or put out a notification or anything like that, so that's probably why not too many people showed up, which is fine. But next time we'll definitely plan it a little bit better. Let's go ahead and make that color just a bit more pronounced there. Awesome. Okay, got some rainbows up in this place. Yes, I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, not saved. Let's go ahead and try that one more time. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the bottom. Oh dear. Go ahead and click Save As again. Look on page 2 and 3. Hit Replace. That's why you want to have 2 copies. Yeah, so we are almost done with this. I'm just gonna clean this up really quickly here with my my quick selection tool. Not gonna use the eraser because that just takes too long. Let's just use this lasso instead. Okay, lasso. This lasso would basically allow us to get rid of all those bad lines, keep only the good ones. Let's switch to the regular lasso tool. Just select out some of these parts a bit faster. Awesome. Let's give him some buttons. Awesome. Cool. Let's just erase that out. Alright, got our suspenders going on there, not too bad. There we go. Alright, let's clean out these fingers really quickly. He's got some bony fingers, doesn't he? Yes, quite bony fingers indeed. Kind of reminds me of Abdurrahman Ahmed's fingers, yes. Maybe he's good at PUBG. Maybe this guy is actually a PUBG champion, you never know. That's why he's got a magic book and everything. Ooh, stars. Let's add some stars. Yeah, there we go. Let's go ahead and jump on there, find some stars. Rahman Ahmed's got a cool idea. Why don't you add some magical touches? So, yeah. Star. Yeah, this star should be fine. Oh, it's PNG. Perfect. Star. Go ahead and open that out. References. Star. Nice. And to duplicate, I'm gonna hold Alt, and I'm gonna hold, just Alt. Control T, make it a little bit smaller. Control J, move that out. Have another star there. And another one, and make it smaller right next to it. Okay, not too bad. Oops. Let's go ahead and duplicate that one. Cool. Oh, this page is really exploding. Very nice. What other magical touches could we add here? Let's find out, shall we? Sparkling. We've got some stars going on. I'm guessing that could be like sparkles. Let's see if we can find any other graphical elements up here. Sparkle. Sparkle. Got these. They're basically the same as stars. Oh, this looks cool. Yeah, let's grab that one. Let's leave that. This is actually a brush, and so we're just gonna grab the basic. Oh dear, don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Okay, so we got some there. Let's go ahead and duplicate it. Maybe we can rotate. Oh, yeah, that looks cool. Nice. Okay, maybe one more on the top. A little bit bigger. And let's not block out our pufferfish. So we shall erase some of it. Let's go ahead and choose out these black ones. Nice. Awesome. Yeah, there you go. Anyways, guys, I think that may be it. I think that may be it for our basic illustration. I might just quickly work on this area down here. It's cool that we had some cool feedback, creative feedback here by some of my students. Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it. Let's go ahead and draw out the. Okay, awesome. There you go, lads. That is going to be our illustration. We still do have the color information preserved there, but we'll go ahead and send this to the client, see if they like it, and then we'll try to hit the colors. I might not stream the colors. I might just move on to the second illustration, or I might do both. We'll see. That may definitely happen tomorrow afternoon. However, if you enjoyed this or if you found it helpful, please do give this video a thumbs up. And if it is your first time here and you have not yet subscribed, please consider doing so. and we'll be sure to create more content like this in future. Till next time, guys, I hope that you have a fantastic day or night, or wherever you are in the world watching this from. Take care, and bye-bye.